My bicycle gives me freedom. I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. And it's also a great physical feeling. You have that steady movement, you can breathe deeply and freely, and you feel the wind on your skin and in your hair. I'd call myself a cycling activist. I think cities are still geared mainly towards cars. The car is an economic disaster for most people. They just don't recognize that. When I calculate what buying a car costs, plus taxes, fuel and repairs, there's a lot to be said for the bicycle from an economic point of view. You don't have to take your bike to be serviced somewhere, because these days there are all sorts of self-help workshops in town where you can learn to fix it yourself. Of course, cyclists still have a number of problems in Berlin. One of the main ones is that motorists just don't look around enough, in the true sense of the word. They forget to look over their shoulder, or they just don't do it. So they turn right without noticing cyclists, which leads to a number of fatal accidents every year. The really big difference between cyclists and motorists is that cyclists aren't so hard on their environment, in the sense of human environment. I always find it astonishing that people seem to accept the noise cars make, that constant roar of engines in the background, doors slamming, people honking for almost no reason. There are car drivers who assume that many cyclists think they're better people and want to send the message that they're the ones who are behaving correctly and protecting the environment, and therefore ignore some of the rules of the road. It is true that traffic regulations apply to everyone, but of course they were designed for car drivers. That's why I think it would make sense for a few regulations to be slightly different for cyclists. For instance, the arrow that allows right turns at a red light. Why should cyclists, who are already on the right near the curb, have to stop before turning? They don't take up that much space. All in all, it's clear that more and more city dwellers are switching to bicycles, and in 10 years there will be at least twice as many cyclists on the roads. I've even seen cyclists carrying whole wardrobes. Lately there was a debate about whether you could carry a piano. If a bicycle were developed that could do that, I think we could pretty much dispense with cars.